You want to do everything, so you end up doing nothing. I used to feel trapped in my own curiosity. I would see a cool reel of someone living it up in Bali, and now I gotta fucking live there. One cool brand that I see, and now everything that I'm doing needs to be in black and white. It brought me to the point where I didn't even know anymore what I wanted, what was connected to me. For a long time, this need to do everything stopped me from doing anything, from building anything, let alone get closer to the life that I wanted to live. Like a feather blowing in the wind, just following my random urges of curiosity. Your curiosity can be your superpower, or it can destroy everything. And that difference is very subtle. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the two things that finally solved a lifelong addiction to trying new things and thinking the grass is greener and wanting to do everything at once, turning my chaotic curiosities into a channeled superpower. And just know that if this resonates to you, you're a curious individual. Understand that this comes from a person who struggled with this all his life. These are the absolute two things that solved it for me. So if it can solve that for you too, this might be a very valuable video. Let's get into it. The problem is that if you are very curious, you have an urge to incorporate everything, ending you up doing absolutely nothing. So that very subtle difference has to do with direction. Curiosity without direction, without boundaries, is absolute chaos. It will emerge in perfectionism, it will emerge in procrastination, it will emerge in endless to-do lists and self-doubt about who you are and what you want to do. Really, what you really want to do, right? Rather than what seems nice to add to your ego, to that image. Curious people are often very fond of freedom. And the paradox here is that following every urge of curiosity actually puts you in a prison where you scratch the surface of hundreds of things and end up doing nothing, building nothing, not ending your days with satisfaction. So if mobilizing all your curiosity means chaos, mobilizing none of it means passivity, then we land on the single challenge that you have to face to achieve real freedom. Now, here's the first solution that I took around 3 years ago that really identifies this before and after moment in my life. It's like this cut-off point. You know how it was before and after. Anything you choose to do in life has a direction under it, right? Scrolling the internet and liking pictures of women has a direction under it. Flirting with women while you're in a relationship, innocent, blah, 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 but there's a direction under it. If you continue the path, you end up somewhere, right? Every action, every decision has a direction under it. And so when you're very curious and you're doing a lot of things at once, then you often feel this dissonance, right? This difference between where you actually in reality want to go, your real life vision. Maybe that is to start an online business and start traveling, or you want to start approaching women. There's always that one thing. And then all these other things are just pulling you away from it, right? And it creates this dissonance, this cognitive dissonance. As if there is another version of you standing next to you, clearing his throat, knowing what you actually know deep down. And here's how I solved it for good. You must create your central thesis. The central thesis that states very simply what it is you want. And in doing so, what it is you don't want. To finally say, no. In this season of life, no. If these are real passions, if they are connected to me and it's not some kind of ego subject, then these will stay precisely where they are. That doesn't mean that you need to do it now, right? There is seasons to life. If we want to get exceptional results, it's not going to happen by being decent at everything all at once. This cut-off moment has to happen for you as well, where you say, the real curiosity here, the frame that I want to channel my curiosity towards, that is this. And the rest will stay where it is or can piss off. 3 questions. Number 1, create your vision. Your vision is about what you want. What do you want life to be? And if you are confused about it, then just sit down for hours until you have it. There is, at this point, nothing more important than this. to get clear on what it is you want, right? Second, what is your mission? What do you want to give in exchange for what you want? That's a mission. What are you gonna do to get what you want? If you know these two things, then you know the central thesis of your life. And then it's just one decision that needs to happen. Finally, give yourself permission to be imbalanced for a while. Give yourself permission to say, let's postpone Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a few months until I have this figured out. Let's postpone trying to read Dostoevsky and play violin and do pottery and Krav Maga, I don't know. If your vision is to achieve financial freedom with an online business, then maybe hold off on the 4 other side hustles that you're doing. You might want to cancel some self-improvement routines or postpone some hobbies because they will stay precisely where they are. Exceptional outcomes require a period of imbalanced effort. And that period starts with, what do I want? What am I going to give in return for it? And making that the frame through which your curiosity is channeled. You need to give yourself permission to let the rest go. Otherwise, the rest of your life will be you being pulled apart by every urge of curiosity you'll get. We forget that if we get the thing done that needs to happen first, that we reach a new level of stability from which we can then reintroduce these things. That if they're still there, then we know they're real passions, right? If after 5 months of not thinking about it, they're gone, guess what? You're lucky. That thing never was really connected to you anyways. You don't have to surrender these things. Let them be. Let them prove to you that they're real passions while you focus on the only thing that is important. If you struggle to finish things or get to a point where you can be proud of yourself, that you have of what you built, then for you, because I'm speaking from experience, then the grass truly cannot be greener. The only place where the grass truly is green is the thing right in fucking front of you. And this is the fundamental cutoff point. This needs to happen. And then here's the solution that solidified everything for me. That really changed my life and also the results I got with my online business. This solution gave me peace of mind. It won me back hours of time every day. I'm not saying that lightly. Unlocked this hyper focus on the thing that I was building. What I did was create a second brain in Obsidian, where I would make notes about every single thing that I consumed or every single thing that I found interesting. Into a system, a second brain, where every note that I made was linked to each other, connected. There was simply one thing I needed to do. Whatever I watch, listen to, or consume, I have to make a short note synthesizing the ideas from it. I have to write it down in my second brain. I was absolutely shocked about the results. Naturally stopped watching short content because I couldn't make notes about it. Second, after a few days, my brain started warning me, is this really worth my time? Because I know that I'm gonna have to make a little summary about this after. Like, is this really worth my time and my attention? And the answer was often no, so it started very naturally raising these boundaries of like, hey, I don't watch this shit. Third was that I became much quicker in conversations, pulling up stories and connecting ideas very seamlessly. Your brain starts to emulate that as well. And fourth, I literally built a knowledge bank that allowed me to build courses, videos, content, newsletters. I now have more good ideas to create content about that I could ever produce. And the production of that material is just happening 10 times faster. So this really changed my online business as well. But here's the best part. It solved the curiosity problem for me for good. In Obsidian, there is a function where you can see the visualized image of everything that you've put in there. And what you will see is precisely, without any form of control, the curiosities and interests that emerge in your life. So you see the subjects, the patterns right in front of your eyes. And for the first time, you don't have to wonder anymore, is this what I truly care about, or is this what I care? No, not a single word in there says violin or pottery. And I can see very clearly what my true passions are, what my true interests are. I was able to tell this just after a few months using the system. So a long period of my life doubting myself and what I want to build and what business is best for me and this and that ended by finally just seeing what my brain wants to do, how it writes, what it's interested about, what kind of content it consumes, all of it. And since then, I've been able to double down on my business, and it changed everything. Not just as it became a tool for my writing and connecting everything and using it to build stuff, but also by it presenting to me, okay, this is what I want to do. And so the rest, respectfully of course, can fuck off. For now at least. I really value honesty and transparency. This is the video that I got it from. I can sit here and try to explain it better than him, but he explains it perfectly. So I would love to refer you to his channel and go watch it there. That is the system that I use. It took me about an hour to set it up, and it became my own very quickly. That's what will happen to you too. And then lastly, if you are not creating yet, once you're building the system, I strongly recommend to turn that into some kind of content. You can literally copy and paste most of it into a Twitter account, LinkedIn posts, Substack, or you can easily turn these into video scripts and post it on YouTube, Instagram. Please do that. Right now is the time to create. And with this system, you will be outcompeting 99% of the bullshit out there that just, take care of yourself. See you in the next one.